what happened? Over the last couple of months, I've been speaking to taxi people all over the world about what happened, what is happening, and what is going to happen. And I thought, what better way to share some of the insights about the challenges and the opportunities that lay ahead was to get some of the leading lights of the industry on a Zoom call so that they can share their insights. First up today is Oz Khan, who is with Royal Cars in Oxford. Hi, Oz.
I know.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your role in Royal Cars and a little bit about Royal Cars operations pre-COVID?
Yeah, no worries. So I'm Oz. I'm the marketing director at Royal Cars in Oxford. A company was established in 1991. When we joined iCabbi in 2015, we had 180 vehicles, and pre-COVID, that was just over 500.
That is fantastic growth, and that's something that we've seen with a lot of the fleets that joined us in and around the same time that you did back in 2015. COVID, it was a punch in the face. Tell us about that punch in the face.
Yeah, it was a knockout. It was a knockout. Completely, winded the business. We were down to about 6% within the first week. Whereas we'd have 200 cars on at any time, that very quickly dropped to 20 to 30 a day. So yeah.
It's a severe impact on the business. So in order to adapt to that sort of new way of working, what did you guys do?
Initially, the plan was just to cut costs. So we had a meeting and, we tried to cut costs as much as we can. We had a great initiative from the government, the furlough scheme. So straight away, the 56 in-house staff were very quickly reduced to about 22. We kept accounts on board just to try and receive debtors. And we also kept fleet managers, HR, all essentials really. And then obviously we looked at payment breaks. One was, received really well from iCabbi. So, thank you very much for that. And then we got in touch with other suppliers and spoke to them about the same thing. And then after that, we looked at our company vehicles. We have over 150 company vehicles. So what we wanted to do with them is instead of having them used as taxis, we added delivery insurance onto the vehicles, and we were hiring them out as delivery vehicles for a short period, which worked well for us.
So that generated a revenue stream during the early part of the COVID crisis.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the aim was just very much to cut costs and try and sustain, really,
Okay, so we're into June, towards the end of June. What signs of recovery are out there for you right now?
Yeah, recovery is looking good. I mean, from last week on, we're 14% up from last week in terms of customers, and we're up 3% for drivers. So, definitely on the road to recovery. And, realistically, like I said, what we're looking at is 6 months. So we're hoping in September that work improves and, the universities come back into it, and, we can start obviously operating at some sort of normality. Like I said, luckily up until then, it's going to be very much on the basis of, drivers, obviously, for those drivers, obviously, that aren't logged on or they're not active, obviously, that we won't have to worry about, in terms of payment for. So it's working out well in terms of, drivers sort of slowly coming on and sort of trickling.
So I guess you guys won the QSI Gold Community Award last year. So working with the community has always been something very important. How have you engaged with the community, both passengers and drivers, over the last couple of months?
So in terms of the community, Oxford has been really good to Royal Cars since 91. And, this is the time where we wanted to give back. So initially, the biggest thing that was in Oxford was the click and collect service. There was massive queues to Tesco, to Sainsbury's. So we wanted to offer that service. And then additionally, we wanted to offer it to, free to over 65s. It really helped actually at the right time, the iCabbi passenger app team, big thanks to Rishi and Yasha for all their help and all their work with it. They actually pushed delivery up to the front of development for us. So we had the delivery on our app ready to go, and it just streamlined everything for us in terms of shopping and stuff like that. So that was brilliant, really, really good. Then we had we started an initiative which was an NHS sort of GoFundMe page. We initially donated the first £2,000, and then the general public were coming in with the donations. Worked really well. We had the donations for the NHS that converted into taxi journeys, and we had obviously work for drivers in terms of just general journeys. So it was that was a really good scheme. So worked out really well.
So as drivers and passengers start to come back into the taxis, are you doing anything specific around the safety aspect to give them more peace of mind?
Yes, yeah, we're very much focused on safety at the moment. We're just installing the taxi bubble screens for the drivers. So really we've tested a few different things, and that's the best equipment we've come across. It takes about 10 minutes to install a screen. We're also giving out PPE equipment, your gloves, sanitizing gel, the masks, and very sort of strict instructions for drivers about how they should be behaving in terms of cleanliness of vehicles and obviously passenger safety.
So the Go Safe, Go Taxi initiative that's just been launched by the taxi industry, in essence, in the UK, is that something that you're going to sign up to?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely going to sign up to that. All for the promotion of taxis and being being the safest way to travel. It is at this point in time. For the general public, you rather be in your personal taxi that's obviously got all the equipment than in a bus with 50 other people. So all for that scheme. Is going to be really interesting getting together with different people from the industry and having that conversation.
Well, listen, thanks for joining us today, Oz. You guys were one of the fastest growing taxi companies that we had on our platform pre-COVID, and I fully expect with the team that you've built in Oxford around you and how you actually engage with your customers and drivers, that growth will be soon back on the agenda and you guys will be back to thriving. So thanks very much for joining us today, Oz.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Noam.